friend. It seems like Epic has been on the Honor News Show for the past 3 weeks for various reasons. Um,
And you just keep using the same Fortnite clip.
well, ironically, it's because of Fortnite actually. Um, I got two stories here, but I'll probably read the first one here because it's more notable. This is also reported on Engadget.com, written by John Fingus. Hey, same guy. Alberto Ribeiro, can't pronounce his last name, suits Epic for using the
hold
Carlton.
on, hold on, hold on. It's Alfonso Roberto.
Oh wow, why did I see Alberto? Okay, my
I
bad.
don't know.
um, suits Epic for using the Carlton dance in Fortnite. It is no secret that Epic has patterned many Fortnite dance emotes on real-world moves, but that's increasingly landing the game studio in hot water. Mere weeks after rapper 2 Milli sued Epic and 2K for literally duping the Milli Rock, Alfonso has filed his own lawsuit accusing the developer of copying Carlton's signature dance from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Um, uh, sorry. Alfonso's attorney told TMZ that Epic mimicked their iconic swing through the fresh emotes without asking permission or offering compensation. The TV star is in the midst of copyrighting the dance. We asked Epic for comments. Whether or not the lawsuit prevails will depend on whether or not did it again, Alfonso,
It's Alfonso Rivera.
Alfonso can lay claim before the copyright process wraps up. With that said, there's no doubt that the Carlton dance, uh, as if the name alone wasn't a giveaway, it even uses music reminiscent of Tom Jones. It's not usual. If the lawsuit does not move forward, there's a real chance you'll either see a settlement or a relatively brief court battle. Also, want to bring in what was it? It's this dance. It's also the dance of the kid with the backpack that floss. It's also suing as well, and it's what I'll say about this is that it's interesting, but as far as I could tell looking into it, the law regarding dances, can you copyright them? You can copyright a quarter, a dance, a group dance, or like something that is done, say in a music video or whatnot. You can copyright something like that. Copyrighting
No,
individual dance
no.
moves, you can't.
Right. So here's the thing. The Millie Rock,
Mm-hmm.
he can copyright the title, the name of it. He
Mm-hmm.
can copyright it being. The point is here's the thing about the lawsuits and dance moves. You can't copyright a dance move because in order to copyright or trademark something, you have to prove its marketable worth. If a dance moves are not marketable, at least they weren't until now. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like now, in Fortnite, Destiny, Overwatch, and hundreds of other games here and there, you can buy emotes. You can buy dance moves. Or earn them, for that matter.
Right, right.
Uh, and because of that, um, they are now marketable.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody like Alfonso Ribeiro, somebody like 2 Milli, somebody like the Backpack Kid, are trying to get some of that sweet Fortnite money.
No, it's obvious that they're doing that. Yeah.
But also they could change the law. Let's not forget this is a lawsuit, not a frivolous lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't frivolous on any scale. They could straight up change the law with these lawsuits because it can be proven that these dance moves are now marketable, which they are.
Yeah, that is actually a good point. That is a very good point. You could definitely see that Fortnite is arguably the biggest game right now in the game industry, and it's making a ton of money in every avenue, and emotes being a part of that. So that is a very good point. very good point, actually. So, I, I here's the thing I think is what's gonna end up happening. Either A, Epic's gonna get annoyed to the fact that we're just gonna settle and just pay these guys whatever amount of money for them to just
Well,
say go
do you
away.
want to see? Do you want to know where I see this going?
You think he's going to court?
I think with at least Alfonso, it's going to court.
Mm-hmm.
With 2 million, it's definitely going to go to court because they have the money to buy the lawyers to push it forward. I don't think the Backpack Kid has shit, but I don't think that 2 million and Alfonso are going to win the way that they think they're going to win. I don't think that they're suddenly going to get the right to the Carlton or the Millie Rock. They're not going to get that because since Epic can prove that they're making money off of it, which they are, they can then copyright the dance. They can then trademark the dance themselves.
Yeah, they even said like in the middle,
which would gotta be scummy, but the point is that could do that.
Yeah, and it's being said. It was said right now, like the people who are suing, they also claim like, oh, we're also in the process of copyrighting the dance move or trying to, which doesn't help them at all because like if you're already trying to sue for that dance move and yet you have not copyrighted that move, in some capacity, then you don't have a leg to stand on right now. Even
right.
on top of that, the moves. I'll use the Backpack Kid as an example. That move and somebody pointed out, that move that he did that made him famous.
He doesn't own that.
Yeah, he doesn't own that.
He didn't even make it up. Yeah.
Yeah, he copied it from another person. Alfonso in a TMZ interview when they asked him about how he made the dance, like he said straight up, I stole this move from another person, and how would I interpret how a white man dance, and I just combine both of these moves together.
Right.
So like there are things that are, if they really want to take it to court, there are things already that are going against them right now.
I personally don't like. Ultimately, this doesn't affect me, and I don't ultimately give a fuck where it lands. I'm fascinated by this though.
Absolutely.
It's interesting to me that it's interesting to me that a video game microtransaction system could somehow change a law. Like that's insane to me. That's where I want to see where this goes because, again, like the way the law works now says that none of them own the rights to anything that they've done. But if they change the law, like that's gonna be a huge fucking factor on so many games.
Absolutely. I mean, like if you were to go back in history and you were to tell people like a video game changed an actual law, that's insane.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Well,
it's certainly not the first time, but
yeah,
I think it's more in the idea that it's a microtransaction. It's something that's not like in the past. Laws have been changed by age verification, but age limitations and things like that. That's how laws were changed. Or like trademarks on aspects of programming, like that has been but when it comes to this is new. This is really, really new.
It's insane. It's the one of the things I'm very curious about too is like how I would love to know how far people or how far the courts and how far the law can take it, because it's testing the waters as far as like, well, can you really copyright a dance outside of what has been said right now with the law? Like, can it be changed? The fact that yes, you can. Is it going to get to that point? It's going to be very interesting going forward because I think a lot, not just the game industry, but other content creators, other people within the medium would be looking at this very closely to see what happens in the court of law if it goes to that point, and it will pretty much will decide, can you essentially copy somebody's dance move into your game and make money, or is that going to change in the future?
I mean, if it changes, that what'll happen is that games that add dance moves will either they'll have to add in dance moves that are their own, or they're gonna have to drastically change the dance move so that way it's not part of their thing. Kind of like how I mean, because Fortnite's already kind of doing that with the idea of changing the name of these dance moves.
Yeah.
The Millie Rock isn't called the Millie Rock in the game, something else. The Carlton isn't called the Carlton.
It's called
something else.
Yeah, it's called Fresh. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yes, they're already playing the trademark game. The point is how will this change the animation of those dances?
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, man, we are living in interesting times. Ooh, boy.
Yeah, like I said, I'm fascinated by this.
Same here. Yeah.
Like, it's not going to change the fact that, like, playing Fortnite is either, doing the survival mode or playing the Battle Royale. There's two different game types, and it's not going to change either of those. Like, This changes nothing about Destiny. You're still going to play Destiny. It's just going to be like, hey, those dances that I have, like,
right.
What percentage goes to the fucking creator? Like, it's such a weird battle too, but it's important in a way. It's so bizarre. I'm fascinated by it.
It definitely is. I'm really fascinated by it too as well. I really want to see how it turns out in the future. But we will find out in due time, and we'll see how everything goes. So on to next. I'm gonna stop the music for this actually.